This is the story of two content creators at the start of their journey. Both of them approached Logan Paul for a job, but the results were drastically different. Why did Airrack find success, walk away with thousands of new fans, and jumpstarted his career, while Austin Wallace found failure, walking away with thousands of haters and a face full of grown man tears? For those of you who aren't familiar with Austin, he went viral for all the wrong reasons at the Jake Paul boxing match.
I went viral for going up to Logan Paul.
But he's recently clawed his way back into the public eye by getting featured on Dr. Phil's TV show, where they enlisted the help of big name influencers to shoot content with and provide guidance to Austin.
Does he really have what it takes to be a full-time content creator?
We'll be looking at how Austin Wallace tried to copy Airrack's content playbook but failed in the execution, and how they're actually more alike than you think.
High risk, high reward.
Before we can get into Austin Wallace's slow motion train wreck, we first must understand how Airrack found success. Let's go back to January of 2020. At the time, Airrack was a nobody. In the giant sea of YouTube creators, he only had 1,000 subscribers. The exact moment everything changed for him was sneaking into the Jake Paul versus Anisan Gibb boxing match. Airrack designed a well thought out plan.
So the idea is to fly all the way to Miami, somehow obtaining an all-access pass, then using that all-access pass to hand deliver my resume to Logan Paul.
Okay, let's see it. I'm with DAZN. Can I do an interview with you real quick? How's it going, guys? We're here with DAZN.
By pretending to be a DAZN reporter and set up a fake sports interview.
You're not a DAZN reporter. I'm not a DAZN.
Airrack was extremely creative in his approach and was able to execute his plan flawlessly. This clearly left a good impression on Logan.
First off, mad impressed.
This is what got his foot in the door and put him on the map. He gets on the radar of other big creators.
And I hear back from a bunch of YouTubers. Tanner Fox, Destroying, Nelk.
He goes from 1,000 subscribers to over 90,000 subscribers in just 1 month.
And that was the video that finally set my channel on an upward trajectory.
Now, let's take a look at the other approach where things don't go as well and you crash and burn. So it's 8 months after Airrack approached Logan. It's another Jake Paul boxing match. Austin's story is similar to Airrack, where they both had high-paying $100,000 per year careers.
I make $100,000 a year.
But were looking to sacrifice it all so they could make it big on social media.
My heart is telling me to be an influencer, but I might have to go back to welding.
While Airrack's approach was extremely creative, Austin, on the other hand, was a little bit more straightforward.
To arouse him to give me a job.
Well, I don't think he was aroused. Pretty sure Logan doesn't swing that way. He had no plan, he just walked up to Logan and straight up begged for a job.
Trying to talk about trying to get a job.
I'm not the guy. Like, life isn't about handouts.
And when Logan asks why he should give him a job, he couldn't even come up with a single reason.
What are you good at?
I was having dances. I did like
What's
that.
your TikTok
I did that video, you know, like going like that.
Yeah,
you know.
Oh, so you really got what it takes.
I don't.
Then why would I
need a
give you a
mentor.
job?
And the cherry on top of his Oscar-worthy performance, he decides to record himself crying in the car. A whole grown-ass man with tears running down his face because he left his $100,000 a year job and got rejected by Logan. The internet, being a kind and supportive place, sent him some nice words of encouragement. This is going to sound crazy.
Crazy, you might say.
But if you take a closer look at their actual results, Austin and Airrack both walked away with similar outcomes. Hold on, let me explain myself before you roast me in the comments. 1. They both produced a viral piece of content. Number 2, they both walked away with new followers. And number 3, neither of them got a job from Logan.
Not heard from Logan Paul's team that I would be working with them.
So if you zoom out and look at it objectively, the outcomes are pretty similar. Okay, so now you must be asking, what is it that differentiated Airrack from Austin? This was only the start, where they got their foot in the door, but what's the next step? Are you gonna make a statement, kick down the door, and let everybody know you've arrived? Or let the door smack you in the ass on the way out? Let's break down the next steps Airrack and Austin take to see what separates success from failure. Quick interruption, my name is Ben, and if you've enjoyed the video so far, please make sure to subscribe for more. Back to the video. Let's first take a look at what Airrack did to seize the opportunity he created after his video with Logan went viral. He needed to quickly figure out how he could ride this wave of momentum. Airrack was extremely persistent, obsessive in his pursuit of getting on Logan's radar to the point of almost crossing the line. He sneaks into one of Dan Bilzerian's legendary house parties to talk to Logan.
Fly all the way to LA, try to sneak into Dan Bilzerian's party.
This video of him sneaking into Dan Bilzerian's was actually taken down.
The lawyer showed up at my door in Atlanta, basically serving me papers, and said if I didn't take the video down in 3 days, they were gonna fine me $250,000.
After Bilzerian's legal team threatened a lawsuit for breaking into his property. And then, a few days later, he locates Logan's home and waits for him outside his property. Pause, and let's examine his actions. Airrack definitely crossed the line for content.
I'm not gonna lie, when you showed up to my house at one time, kind of pissed me off. A lot of YouTubers are really clear about people not showing up to their houses, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But
if you think about it, he really did come across as a crazy fanboy, the ones that get a restraining order filed against them. And this could have easily went the wrong way, which is what happened to Austin Walls, and we'll go over that later. There was a massive flaw in his approach to working with bigger content creators. He finally had his light bulb moment. Content collaboration is essentially a joint business venture. It's two business partners coming together and combining their resources to make a better product, something they couldn't do individually. While bigger creators brought their clout, Airrack wasn't bringing anything to the table. He needed to step up his game, go over and above by providing overwhelming value, giving an offer they can't refuse. At the time, Logan had a big problem on his hands. He was trying to sell his Mercedes-Benz couches.
So recently Logan Paul posted on his Instagram story that he was trying to get rid of his $90,000 couches. No one was gonna buy this couch.
This was the perfect window of opportunity Airrack was waiting for. To solve Logan's problem, not only was he gonna pay for the couches, he was gonna film the content and give it to Logan, creating a win-win situation for both parties involved.
Creating a situation where the person you're trying to do something with wins way bigger than you do. I literally came to his house, handed him $17,000, took a couch out that was like a big problem for him, created a content for his video. Like, that's 3 wins for Logan.
He then decides to split the couch into 4 pieces and create an epic video series, trading it in for a car, boxing Jake Paul for it, going couch surfing, skydiving with it, blowing it up, and finally going full circle and returning it to Logan.
you really made something out of nothing here.
If Airrack's interview with Logan was the fuel that got his channel started, then the couch series was the rocket ship that launched his channel to the moon, and he's never looked back since then. Now, let's go back to Austin Walls and see what he did after he got rejected by Logan. Austin is just as persistent as Airrack. He finds himself outside of Logan's house, but not in the place you were thinking. It wasn't his Los Angeles home. You can't make this up. He went full-blown stalker mode, booked a flight ticket, hopped onto a plane, and flew all the way to Puerto Rico.
I went to Puerto Rico recently.
That's right, he followed him to a different country. At least now we know this guy is driven and ambitious. As you can imagine, Logan wasn't too thrilled to see his new friend.
Turns out he's been sitting outside of Logan Paul's house for who knows how long. They tell Austin that what he's doing is classified as harassment and that if he doesn't stop, he could get sued or arrested. At which point in the recording, Austin retorts that it's actually Logan Paul that's harassing him and that he's gonna countersue him.
At this point, the only collab Austin was gonna do was with lawyers and a lawsuit. It's safe to say Austin closed the door on his own ass.
I'm going to be doing more sneak-ins.
He doubles down on the sneaking in type of content since he's seeing Airrack have so much success with it.
Just like Airrack did, Eric Decker.
Austin's next attempt at working with another big YouTuber is with Danny Duncan, who has over 6 million subscribers, where he decides to sneak into his world tour event, and he has the brilliant idea of asking Danny to punch him in the face.
The content for this video was me to actually get punched by you to collab with you.
I don't want to collab.
Austin's next victim is TikTok influencer Bryce Hall. With over 20 million followers on TikTok, he went to Bryce's fan meet and greet. Since he's still looking for employment, the logical next step would be asking for a job.
But can I have a job?
This is obviously met with another no. Working with big creators isn't the golden ticket, and this is something Austin doesn't realize. He was blessed enough to have Dr. Phil help him out with 2 big creators.
We hooked you up with 2 of most successful guys in this space.
To Touch an Emu with over 9 million followers on TikTok, DJ Hunts with over 7 million followers. They both helped him film and appeared in his videos. So do you think these collabs blew up his channel? Nope, those videos pretty much had the same views as his regular content.
Bro, what did you expect, man? Can't skip steps, man. Start working at it. Don't expect someone else to give you a golden ticket.
Okay, let's pretend for a moment and imagine the perfect ideal scenario for Austin where Logan gave him a job. Pause for a moment and comment below what you think would happen. Do you think Austin would actually make it, achieve superstardom, and get the fame he's been dreaming about? No, he wouldn't. Suckling on Logan's teat and riding his coattails is not a free pass to success. Whoa, you made it all the way to the end. I really appreciate you. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit the big red subscribe button, and thank you so much for watching.